Dawn Mendoza.
All right, thank you. And Ms. Mendoza, you were on probation for operating while visibly impaired by alcohol, and this is alleging technical violations 2, 3, and 4. It's alleged you tested positive for alcohol and morphine on January 2nd. It's alleged you failed to pay, and it alleges you tested positive for alcohol again on January 8th. And counsel, what's happening today?
Yes, Your Honor, I did speak to Ms. Mendoza regarding the allegations. At this time, I did explain to her her right to have a contested hearing. At this time, we are prepared to waive our right to have a hearing, and my client is prepared to enter a guilty plea.
All right, Ms. Mendoza, please raise your right hand.
Yep.
Do you solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this man be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and you heard the plea that your attorney indicated, correct?
Correct.
As those allegations, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And you've gone over your advice of rights for probation violation purposes with your attorney, correct?
Yes.
And you understand all of those rights?
Yes.
And you also understand that by entering into a plea, you'll be waiving some of those rights, specifically your right to a contested hearing.
Yes.
And you also understand the recommendation in this matter and the possible sentencing in this matter, correct?
Yes.
Specifically, is the recommendation for you to continue to complete all terms of probation, pay a $50 probation violation fee. Ma'am, I need you to go somewhere that we don't have this background noise.
I didn't know there was any background noise. Hold on, I'm gonna walk to my car.
Also, that you would attend intensive outpatient,
What number I got on that?
30 days on the alcohol tether, and 5
313
days jail.
903 I'm sorry? I'm trying to get to my car. Give me 2 seconds, please. I apologize.
Okay, all right, so the recommendation is for you to continue and complete all terms of probation, pay a $50 probation violation fee, attend intensive outpatient, 30 days on the alcohol tether, and 5 days jail. That's the recommendation, you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand this court can follow that recommendation, not follow that recommendation, make adjustments to that recommendation, you understand all that?
Yes, ma'am.
And knowing all that, you still want to continue with your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you understand all that?
Yes, ma'am.
And knowing all that, you still want to continue with your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
And has anybody promised or anything, threatened you or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No.
And counsel, if you can please order your client.
Sure. Ms. Mendoza, are you currently on probation out of the Wyandotte District Court?
Yes.
As a term and condition of your probation, are you to adhere to all the terms and conditions of your probation from the probation officer?
Yes.
Have you failed to pay your costs and fines as ordered by the court?
Yes.
Did you also test positive for alcohol on January 2nd of this year?
Yes. Not sure where the morphine came in, but yes.
But at this time, you're taking responsibility for the morphine that you tested positive for as well, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that that is a direct violation of the terms and conditions of your probation?
Yes.
Satisfied, Judge.
All right, the court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea. To the probation violation, indicate technical violations 2, 3, and 4 will enter. And counsel, as to the recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor, I would ask that the recommendation be adopted in part. At this time, I would just be.
I'm sorry, Ms. Mendoza, is your window down?
No.
Okay, because there's some, wind or something coming through. I'm sorry, what was that, Council?
I would just be requesting that the recommendation be adopted in part as to the 5 days jail. I'd ask that that be suspended at this time. And Ms. Mendoza has been nothing but upfront, open and honest. She is apologetic for testing positive for alcohol. What happened was she was at work. Somebody made a pot of coffee unbeknownst to her. In that coffee, they did put some alcohol, and there you go. That's why she tested positive for it. It's not going to happen. I did explain to her moving forward, she has to be way more diligent in knowing what she's consuming and putting into her system. I truly don't believe that this is going to happen again. She is a single mother. As far as payments to the court, she understands she does owe the money. It's just been extremely difficult as she is a single mother raising her children. But she's going to make more diligent efforts to do so.
Okay. Ms. Mendoza,
Yes.
where is it you work?
My day job is at Safe Light. My night job is at Ford Patio Bar and Grill.
Ford Patio Bar, what is that?
Ford Patio Bar and Grill.
Okay. So let's walk through this for a moment, shall we? You're on probation for operating while intact, operating while impaired, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And you had a previous violation for alcohol consumption and hydrocodone, correct?
The hydrocodone I have a prescription for. So
Okay.
that, but
Well, perhaps you did not supply that prescription to probation prior to the violation.
no, I
And
did.
So, but yeah, in any event,
Okay.
you pled guilty to the probation violation, specifically as it relates to alcohol, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And at that time, the court indicated 45 days on the alcohol tether, increase
Correct.
your testing, and mandatory jail for future violation, correct?
Correct. Correct.
Okay. So there are 2 dates that are alleged that you consumed that you tested positive for alcohol. So on which date is it somebody allegedly put alcohol in your coffee?
Well, that was the night that was a New Year's. It would have had to been New Year's Eve because I was there until 4 o'clock in the morning, got tired and started drinking coffee.
Okay. And so what about the positive alcohol from January 8th?
That one, I actually drank alcohol.
What did you drink?
I don't remember. It was something called pineapple upside down cake. We had just left a funeral service. My friend had passed away and we went out to dinner, me and 2 other girls, and I drank a shot with them, talking about, we were just sharing stories about our friend that passed away.
And what about the morphine from January 2nd test? Where'd that come from?
I have no clue where the morphine came from, and actually asked them how I could have, and actually went to the doctors freaking out the next day and made them test me because I did not take any kind of illegal drugs.
Okay, and then you were sentenced back in May.
Correct.
And at that time, your fines and costs were $1,825.
Yes, ma'am.
And you paid, your bond was applied, which left it to $1,325. And you made $150 payment, correct?
I made $100 payment.
Okay, when did you make that payment?
I don't remember. I'm behind on the payments. After I went on the tether, that costed me almost $1,000. I mean, I'm struggling working 2 jobs. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Most of the time, I've been going to AA meetings. Miss Shaw told me that AA meetings were not good enough. That's not what the court wanted. So I don't get signatures, but I'm still going to AA meetings. Since all this happened, I literally talked to my doctor and told her I wanted to be weaned off the Norco. So I went from 90 a month to 10. So I am trying to head in the right direction, Your Honor. I mean, I have no problem. You want to double up AA meetings? I actually enjoy going to them and they are helpful. But right now I am like so stressed out financially. And then when they put me on the tether the first time, I didn't even have electricity. I just lost all the food from not having no electricity for 3 days. I didn't even have internet. And they said I still had to go in that day. So, I mean, I'm financially, I'm struggling. My mother just got out of rehab for a surgery she had. I had to come up with money to help her get back into her home. I'm struggling, but I am trying to do the right thing. I'm struggling.
Ma'am, I can understand and appreciate that. But I don't think that's a mutual understanding and appreciation of the court's orders. Because the court indicated mandatory jail for any future violation. And now we have three.
Okay. I understand.
Even if you take away the failure to pay, we have 2 significant ones, positive for alcohol.
I understand.
And how much of that coffee did you drink when you indicated that there was alcohol added to it?
Literally 4 big to-go cups of coffee. I know I'm not trying to laugh.
You're telling this court you didn't taste the alcohol in your first couple sips?
I thought it was just a damn creamer. To be honest, I'm not lying. I was working and we were swamped and I just was.
Damn creamer?
I thought it was a different kind of creamer, flavored creamer. I was taking big drinks, kept going back to work. So no, I honestly did not know. And that is the truth. But I mean, I drank the one day knowingly, and I understand that.
And you didn't feel any different after having even 2 of the big carryout cups of alcohol, of coffee with alcohol?
I thought it was my actual pain medication because I had to double up on my pain medication just to even work that night. I have a really bad knee. And so when we're really busy at work, I'm constantly running back and forth as a waitress and carrying trays. But I mean, I'm not trying to make anything up. I mean, literally, when they told me I dropped positive, I went straight into the doctor's the next morning because I couldn't figure out how.
Okay, well, here's what the court's going to do. The court's going to indicate you to continue to complete all terms of probation. 5 days jail. 30 days alcohol tether upon release.
That's the thing. You're putting in. I don't mind the jail. You want to send me to jail? That's fine. Take me away from my children and 2 jobs. I understand that, you're doing what you have to do, but I cannot afford another tether. I'm already behind a house payment and everything else because of the first tether. So I mean, what you're putting on me is just another stress that I cannot handle.
Ma'am, then perhaps you shouldn't have consumed alcohol. You should have complied with all of your terms of
Your
probation.
answer for everything. I swear, man.
You need to contact Michelle, ma'am, so that you can get all that information, and you will have to report. I'll give you until Wednesday to report so you can set things up with work. Okay?
Whatever you say, Your Honor. I guess I should start smoking weed like everybody else and get a medical marijuana card. Because you know what? It seems like with your court, anybody who's got any kind of issues. So there was somebody that went in there on a tether. That was their 5th violation. And that was my very first violation. And I ended up on that tether. I'm not understanding your court, but I did wrong. I'll assume my responsibility. Have a good day, ma'am.
Okay, well,
We done?
let me just clarify something, ma'am. You were placed on probation May 10th.
Yep.
Your first violation indicates high use of alcohol just a few months after that.
I was sick and I took a bunch of cough medicine.
As a result, the court ordered 45 days on the alcohol tether, increase your testing, mandatory jail for future violation. The 40 and clearly that wasn't sufficient because here we are again for another violation of alcohol consumption.
Yep. Is there anything else?
No, I'm just trying to help you understand when you said you weren't understanding where the
No.
court was coming from.
Oh, I definitely understand, but the first time literally was cough medicine and you put me on a 45-day tether over cough medicine. But somebody else can go in there and drop 30 million damn weed dirties trying to get their damn medical marijuana card and they get chances.
You're in court, so
but that's
please,
fine.
ma'am, please,
No, that's
please
fine.
watch your language.
I'm upset. You know
Please
what?
watch
I'm
your language.
upset.
Ms. Mendoza, I would highly recommend that you stop arguing with the judge at this time.
Yep.
All right, please email them to Ms. Shaw by 11:45. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, off the record.